work. But hey, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Looks like a real bike now if you ignore the front part. But in 2 days, I'll get the front suspension back, and that'll be, I'll be able to move forward with that. But yeah, 50-tooth sprocket on the rear, new guards, new chain. 13 is going up front, but it's still on the ground here. I don't have it installed yet. Front caliper is done. Rear caliper is done with the new brake rotor. It looks weird, by the way, the brake rotor. But we'll see if I end up regretting having a solid rear brake rotor. It was about half the price of the slotted one. So I don't think it'll be a problem, but we'll see. Great. Okay, we're in a great place now. It's 9:30 p.m. on a Monday. I have work tomorrow. What I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to move this to the left. I'm going to look at these Trailtech Voyager wires that we have going back. Some need to go back to the battery. So now I can run some of these back. I need to keep a few of these free for the fuel tank. So this one and this one stay free for the fuel tank. Not sure what that. Oh yeah, I got to put the carrier back in. The motor carrier has to go back in. I'll do that first. Get the yeah, the upper motor mount needs to go back to that frame. Let's do that first, obviously. Then we'll do the wiring. Great update for tonight. I'm gonna keep this video going tomorrow, but as you saw in the previous video, we did button up the valve check. Thank God that's done. That was a very stressful few days. I'll talk more about that in a future video. I wouldn't even put this on a battery tender because I'm trying to charge up the Trailtech Voyager Pro. So I have my battery charger going. As you can see, it's delivering voltage just fine. But I haven't messed these settings yet. I think that I have it set to charge for now when it detects power, but it's supposed to detect when the bike turns on. But I can't start the bike right now, so it's just wired in. I need to get all this stuff managed here, but as you can see, that all comes back behind and down to here. And then this goes down like that. We have our water sensor, temperature sensor cable. We have our tach sensor wrapped around the ignition coil there, spark plug. I have my two sensors for the fuel tank as well as my fuel line. And this is all managed back into here, into the battery. Just ignore these, obviously. So there's the Monday night update. So in the next video, well, sorry, in the next edit, what I'll do is, I guess I have to wait for the suspension to come in because I can't put the tank back on until the suspension is in on the rear suspension. So we'll cut forward to 2 days from now, but basically other than the hand guards, frame guards, disc guards, skid plate and seat, and exhaust, obviously, we're done. So let's just enjoy a moment of relaxation and on to the next part of the video. I was just about to install these new hand guards on the Beta when a shipment arrived. So let's go check it out. This is very heavy. Very, very heavy. Oh, that's heavy. But what could it be? This is kind of one of those major components when I do a motorcycle build I'm always most excited about because it's the thing that will most likely make my experience so much better. Longevity perspective. It also just makes the bike mine to have this done. All right, so first we have the Owens rear shock. It has been resprung. So here's the old spring, which was set to, this was a 11/54/140. It's L1516 is what it came with. So nice, and they also kept my my inspection stickers and a lot of stuff here. But here's the I think it's the TTX, the RTX, I can't remember. But been revalved, resprung, as well as receiving an X-Trig from Owens, well, an X-Trig for Owens on there. so I can set the sag and adjust this. Getting a spanner into the beta frame is really hard. And so the X-Trig just allows me to get this exactly where I want it after setting sag, which I will show in a separate video. But it's a 2016, 2017 Shock BA17841 is probably the serial number, but I mean, new bushings, everything's been cleaned up, and yeah, this is the least exciting part, but this is certainly going to be nice to have on the bike. Set that to the side. If anyone wants to read that, so shock and fork specs. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if this is what I need, but yeah. All right, let's show you the forks. He had said there was some wear on the anodization, and that I would be getting some stuff replaced. It's just standard for them, part of their service. So let's see what they look like. New fluids. We also have new seals and springs down here. Those are all done. New tubes. He said it'd be new tubes. So the tubes are brand new. So there are no scratches on the tubes, which is nice. Everything else is pretty much the same, but these were fully torn down and rebuilt to my weight with new fork springs as well. All new internal components, fresh oil to my weight, etc. So that's part's done. Let's see the other side. New tube, which looks great. And everything else is the same, except obviously just stuff's been replaced and refurbished. And you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in here you can see where the old one was leaking. The old fork was leaking there, and obviously that's not going to happen anymore. In here should be my old fork springs. Yep. My old stock fork springs that were 434.61.52. Oh, so exciting! So let's get this installed. Okay, well, we have suspension on. So I'll give you a tour. Let's do this little tour here of the suspension is on. So Olin's TTX on the rear is installed. We've got our big bolt here torqued down. The linkage is torqued down. Up top we have those torqued down for the forks. Everything's only hand tightened right now at the moment because I'm going to actually drop this off the stand and roll it outside to clean off some of these parts. So I'm going to clean off some of this stuff with some soap to get it all ready to be buttoned back up. Oh, you know what I should do first before I do that? I should put the exhaust back on first before I do that because I don't want to get exhaust or water into there. We have a problem. I'm trying to get the exhaust back in. And while the exhaust does hit here, if I take this top bolt out of the shock, that X-Trig is a problem. So you can see here, I can't, with the exhaust in place, I can put the screw in a second, but with the exhaust in place there, the X-Trig doesn't clear the exhaust there. So therefore I can't put that back in its hole while that exhaust is present. So I was about to clean the bike, but I think I need to figure out if I can on my own. Fuck, I'm sorry. If on my own I can move an X-Trig, or if I need to actually disassemble the shock to do that, in which case I need to find an Olin's dealer locally that can do that for me. Okay, that took like 45 minutes. Not because the X-Trig part was hard, because the exhaust thing is really catching me up and it's not freaking done yet. But basically I moved the X-Trig's 8mm adjuster to right there, so I can get to it from the front side of the bike right here, and that way the exhaust clears this now. So basically, yeah, there's the nut I tightened back in there. The problem I'm having now is I can't get this exhaust on straight. It's I don't know how to explain it, but it's really giving me a run for my money. It's not good. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. I'm gonna take it outside and wash the bike. Then I can do the rest of this tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna let the bike hang out here for a little bit outside and dry off, probably overnight, because it needs to fully dry, but a couple issues. It goes back to this damn bolt back here that won't go all the way in. So the rear brake rotor is rubbing, which is frustrating when I'm trying to roll it. I also can't get it out of gear. Can't find neutral. It won't even shift, actually. What does that mean? I have no idea, but I pulled the clutch all the way in and I try to roll it. Nothing happens, so anyway, I've cleaned it up a little bit more now. It needs to fully dry off, but so it'll say hang here overnight and I'll let it dry off in the morning, but I have no idea what is going on, but this is it for tonight. I was gonna finish it tonight, but it's bedtime for the kid and I gotta do stuff with work. I was going to finish it tonight, but that's not happening. But at least the Owens is back in. There are a lot of bolts in here that are still loose as well. I need to look over, but. And of course the exhaust is not screwed down either. I gotta basically disassemble the rear subframe again in order to get that exhaust to fully seat.